I am off tomorrow. That means my happy ass can, like, you know, not do stuff, but I'm gonna do stuff anyway. Yeah. So, I got off work like probably like an hour ago, but here I am, going live again because I like talking to my peeps and I don't socialize well. So, this is how I social. Ah, I got some fucked up teeth, bro. I need to either get them straightened or just deal with the fact that I am a gangly tooth motherfucker. I think I'll just have to live with the fact that I'm gangly. A little gangly. Don't know if anybody's gonna come on. We will see. I will sit here and have a cigarette because, yeah. I can't see shit. You know, I had my glasses like a while ago. I lost them and I didn't look for them. And I've cleaned my room, I've cleaned the house, we've gotten a new car, all that, and can't find them. It's probably because I don't have them, meaning I can't see, but also my wife hasn't found them either. So I think I might need to just get a whole ass new pair of glasses. Eventually. I think I might keep the beard. The freaking Viking mohawk thing is gonna be a challenge because I don't have much hair to fucking do that with. Well, we will try. Getting my hair cut tomorrow. I'm gonna get the fade on the side, and I'm gonna get two crows. I'm gonna get a crow on either side for freaking Hugin and Moodin Viking shit. I'm tired, bro. I'm a tired boy. I don't want to get up early tomorrow because every time my friends and family like find out I have a day off, they're like, "I'm gonna fill it up with some shit." Like, I just want to chop wood and not have to do shit. I hate that other people like find shit to do on my days off. They're like, "I'm gonna fill it up with shit." I'm like, "No. In fact, I would like to not do shit on my days off. That's what makes them days off, not doing shit. You know, having relaxation time." No, but I like chopping wood, and I'm too nice to tell people no. So I usually find shit to do and help other people with their shit on my days off. 'Cause I'm a good boy. Welcome to the chat, people. I know you're there. Welcome. I don't know what to say. I just got off work. I'm tired and I'm talking to people if they want to talk. I am going to currently pack my bowl because I smoke marijuana for my epilepsy and also because it makes me feel good. And I'm in a legal state, so also, you know, to the, grumpy people that might have a problem with me smoking weed, it's legal. So, hmm. do, 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 do. I don't know. Weed's happy. So many people like drink and do other stupid shit that like actually kills you, and all weed does is make you hungry, happy, and sleepy. And I think that's a good thing. It can fuck up your brain if you like do it all the time, I guess, but I don't. Cheers. Marijuana helps me regain my patience for humanity. Hola, welcome to the chat. I'm just talking. I'm just finding random shit to say. I'm on YouTube trying to chat with people. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like it's in America, it's mostly legal. Like except for a couple states. I mean, hmm. Those cigarettes are bad for you, and I probably should stop smoking them. But they make my voice sound so cool. I sound like a fucking child whenever I don't smoke cigarettes. I spent a little time in jail at one point, and I wasn't smoking cigarettes, and I don't have a naturally deep voice. It's the cigarettes that does it, apparently. Huh. Well, I don't think weed is like bad, like comparatively to other things. It helps open your mind. It makes people feel guilty whenever they're doing bad shit. You know, keeps people less ornery, and irritated. It seems to do good things for people instead of the bad things that other things do. My Spanish is not good, by the way. Neither is my Puerto Rican. I can speak, but reading, not so much. I'm not really a reader. I did learn a bit of Spanish like growing up, like with family and stuff, and I had teachers that were real like assholes about like everything that we had to say in Spanish. Like we had to say the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag in Spanish. We had to ask to go to the bathroom. We had to ask to sharpen our pencil. We had to ask for the most stupidest shit in Spanish with our Spanish teacher and everything. And they, so I remember like a few phrases. I can get from point A to point B and vaguely communicate with people in Spanish, but as far as reading is concerned, no bueno. No. Didn't make sense. Anyways, he says focus. Ah, nah, I don't focus, man. I got ADHD and I'm autistic as fuck. I go live and talk about my swords and other shit that I do, and I split wood. And like I am a, I have a terrible attention span, and I'm a very odd individual. So I do not claim to have the power of focus. I forget how I started this conversation. I have all of the attention deficit problems, all of them. Nah, but tomorrow I am gonna go live, and we're going to chop up a black walnut tree in the state forest together tomorrow at some point. Also, I'm getting a haircut, and I'm gonna try to make it look like I'm gonna braid the top like with like a Celtic braid on the top, and I'm gonna get it like a mohawk and shave the sides and find out where there's a good tattoo artist to put two crows on the sides of my head so that I can have Hugin and Munin for to symbolize Odin and wisdom and all that shit. Ah, I didn't say it was good for you and no one else. I didn't say that at all. But no, good weeds. Weeds not really bad for people. Just people find reasons to talk shit about it and make it look bad, but it's not really that bad comparatively. Hey, get her done. Welcome to the chat. I didn't even realize it's you. I'm fucking blind, man. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of black walnut to split up tomorrow. It's still green, so it's easy to split. Hardwood's easy to split when it's freshly cut, and softwood is easier. Yeah, it's easier to cut whenever it's seasoned. Apparently, didn't know that. How's my day? It's yo. I came up on my live again. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. I'm doing. I'm doing. I got off work early. My mother-in-law picked me up. I think she was drunk. It was interesting to talk to my mother-in-law when she was drunk. She's cool. She's a very awesome person. She's also very laid back, so it's interesting. Usually people hate their in-laws. I don't. I actually appreciate my in-laws. So, it's a good day, I guess. I got up late in the afternoon. I went to work at 2. I got off at 10, and I sat in the living room and watched some Garfield movie with my children, and then they went to bed, and here I am going live, waiting for Courtney to get off work. That's kind of how it's going. Oh, yeah. I hope you guys are having a good day too. Sorry, part of the autism is lack of empathy. I have to ask sometimes and correct myself. I hope you guys have a good day too, or had one. I have so many blow darts, and I lost the dart gun. Like it's basically like it's a blow dart gun. I had like a scope on it and everything, and I have so many of these just hanging out in my room, and no longer have a dart gun. Don't know what happened to it. I think the kids thought it was like a stick toy and like broke it. Have to buy another one. I'm a rip a bong with you and oh yeah. All right. Yeah, let's all hit the weed on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Here's to the hole that never heals. The more you rub it, the better it feels. Oh, that's good. Salmon fishing. I haven't been salmon fishing in a while, actually. I catch trout a lot. I catch trout and like smallmouth bass a lot. That's what I catch around here. We're in the Appalachian Mountains, so we, sometimes get some slim pickings because the Amish people they like overfish every lake and pond. Like the Amish come out and like they apparently know what bait the fish like because they get all the fish, but I can't get any. Amish are cool though. They're cool peeps. I mean, for what they are, you know. Here's to that invisible man. That's me. I still stand. There's so many like sayings that like come from like people I grew up around and shit, and I try to question like the one I just said was obviously about a vagina, but I don't know. There's old sayings and stuff that people say a lot, and I wonder what they mean. Like when somebody says somebody's an old coot, are they an old cooter, like an old coochie? Like what does old coot mean? I would assume that's what they mean. If you call somebody an old coot, but they typically call old men old coots. Is he an old cunt? Like the term cunt, like derogatorily? Like I don't know. Pink salmon season I saw on the PNW and the river's going crazy. I hope you get out on the water soon. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I I want to go out to Lake Erie and fish there. I mean, we go to different lakes around here. One lake that's kind of near us is one that we've been visiting a little bit. It's called Lake Tappan. It's nice. It's pretty interesting. So we go out there and go fishing. They have a little like swimming hole for kids and stuff out there too. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't trust lake water sometimes. So must be a USA thing. LOL. I've heard of old cougar or the term cooter down below. Oh well. What is the other one where somebody's like, ah, what's? It is a USA thing. I guess there's a lot of fucking like sayings from like Southern people too. Like they say some weird, really weird shit. And they'll be like, "By God, I'm so hungry I could crawl up a hog's ass and fix me a ham sandwich," or "I could just sop you up with a biscuit and eat you," or "I'm fixing to jerk a knot in your tail, son." Shit like that. That's very Southern American, talk. Oh yeah, Lake Erie does sound fun. It's nice there. I've seen it. I've been there a few times, but I've never actually fished it. Apparently, you can get lost on it. Like out whenever it's like really cold, you can like walk out onto the ice and it can break away, and you can literally like float away, and nobody can like save you. They literally have like coast guards and stuff there to make sure that people don't go out there and float to their doom because apparently it's a pretty big lake. It's one of the Lake Erie is one of the Great Lakes, I think. Yeah. What's up, bud? I'm going live. Oh, that's funny. All right, go on, bud. Keep it made for you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. My son. Oh, that was some pretty deep American. Yeah. My favorite was the "By God, I'm so hungry I could crawl up a hog's ass and fix me a ham sandwich." That's one of my favorites. What was it? My grandparents, not my blood grandparents, they adopted my dad from Germany. I think I've told you guys the story. But whatever. They're from Tennessee and they would say shit like instead of ass, they would say ace and they would say washcloth and wash rag and shit like that. Like they would over enunciate their R's and stuff. People from Alabama, they talk like this so you can see every tooth in their damn head. And people from Texas, they have like a slur where they have like a slack jaw. They speak like this with like their jaw's tired or something. I also notice lesbians talk like that too. Maybe it is because their jaw's tired. That's what I'm saying. Just, that's stupid. It was funny earlier today. This American deep Southern accent couldn't say province. The Providence every time. Uh, yeah. The Southern people are interesting folk. I was raised down south, but I was also raised to kind of speak English, German, and Spanish. So I learned to enunciate the English language a little more properly. I do have a little bit of a Southern drawl. Sometimes I say y'all a lot. Kind of comes with the territory, but I don't know. Some people have a very thick accent down south, and some people speak clear and concise just like anybody else. I guess it just depends. Power off. My speaker turned off. I was jamming the music. I need to quit smoking cigarettes. I can literally feel my chest tightening up. Oh, shit, man. Oh, my favorite fucking skull cup got, like, fucked up. It's kind of sad, actually. Where is the rest of my skull cup? This is the bottom part of my skull cup. It's my favorite. It was like has like bones and everything, and it was shaped really cool. And it broke, and I have to get super glue to fix it. But it's like a goblet basically, and it looks like it's surrounded by human skulls. It's kind of cool. This is AI, a bot. Careful. Well, Josh, I don't think you're an AI bot. Oh, I'm just now finding out that Charlie Kirk got fucking assassinated. That's I don't have an opinion on it because I'm not really a political person. He seemed like a sensible dude, but he probably said some fucked up shit. I don't know. But I think it's sad that somebody had to go assassinate him just because he was speaking his mind. The whole thing about being American is the freedom of speech, you know? And the fact that somebody was willing to kill him over him exercising his freedom of speech just shows how, fucked up our country's getting, I guess. But then again, the whole world's fucked in its own way. Everybody's got fucked up shit going on. Nobody's really better than anybody. We're all just trying to live our lives, and, you know, God rest his soul. Poor Charlie. Every time I saw his shit, he just seemed like he was sensibly talking to people while people were flipping the fuck out, but also they were taking clips of him basically, like, obviously he's going to make himself look good and make other people look stupid. That's kind of his point of, like, doing his thing, but, God rest his soul. Charlie Kirk. Also, they say we never forget, but I found out halfway through the day that today was 9/11. Might not be anymore. No, it is 9/12 now, but was 9/11. It's still today to me. Publicly assassinated for having a different ideologies than someone else. Awesome. Yeah, pretty much people, it's interesting how people will go that far to actually take somebody's life just because they don't agree with somebody's ideology, That's interesting how people can be bred like that. To actually have so much hatred in your heart to actually take the life of somebody just for expressing their opinion in a public forum, You might not agree. My opinion, the only creatures that really need to be, like, publicly executed is pedophiles, rapists, and murderers, people that actually, like, make life a living hell for people. If people brought back public executions, people might stop doing shit like that. At least as much. It's a theory. But maybe if people actually, like, staged and, like, made an event off of the executions and stuff like that and made them way more creative, it would, like, soothe the bloodlust of the humans that we are, and people would, get rid of the shittier people in society, like pedophiles, rapists, and murderers, have them publicly executed. It would serve the bloodlust that we so desperately need because we're freaking insane. Humans are insane as fuck. But also, it would get rid of some of our more, shitty members of society. And you can use it to balance the budget. You could literally stage events and, like, make, bets and shit. It'll be 10 o'clock on my... No, it's not 10 on my end. It's midnight where I'm at. Plus, somebody texted me 1 second. So... James was talking to me. Maybe James will come on the live and say hi to us. But, fucking, I don't know. I have ideas. I think if we, like, took, creatures like pedophiles, rapists, and murderers and stuff, people that make life difficult for us, and we publicly executed them, it would dissuade people from doing bad things because they would see exactly what would happen to them. It's kind of a fear factor thing. Also, it fills the bloodlust. Humans are very primitive creatures still, whether we like to admit it or not. And, it would, yeah, I think that would be a good thing to do. They probably won't take the idea seriously, though. I left you in the past. My internet keeps cutting on and off. I think it's because my kids are using a lot of freaking the Wi-Fi with their things. I might not even have the Wi-Fi on my phone. I'll be there in 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Frickin' Courtney's gonna be off soon, so she'll be coming inside the house at some point. I have so much that I'm making myself do it. I have a lot of wood that I need to get moved around and put where it needs to be, and I get paid tomorrow, so I think collectively I will have like $2,000 to fucking when I get paid, so that'll be money that we can use to buy shit and get shit done. I'm gonna get a haircut and stuff. Like working 5 days out of the week for 8 or more hours, it's good. It's good to be paid that way, and most of the time I get overtime a lot because I take people's shifts. But having money is cool, but not having the free time to spend it and enjoy it kind of also takes away the joy a little bit. Oh yeah, frickin' Fortnite, man. My kids have like Oculus headsets and tablets and everything. When I was a kid, I didn't really get any video games and stuff. I had to mow yards and get my own money so that I could get a Sega Genesis, and I enjoyed it. And then I got an Atari, and then I didn't really play too many games as a kid. I wasn't really a device kind of kid. I was born in the early 90s, but I also was raised by my grandparents, and they were really old fashioned. So we didn't really have like access to electronics because it was a waste of time and money. So they never did it. you know, they were old fashioned that way. Wait, I am out of cigarettes. I never realized how much I appreciate cigarettes until I'm out of them. My Buddha bell. I thought about putting this in front of at like the front computer at the fucking store where I work. Whenever I'm not there, people can ring it. Like if I'm in the back, like washing dishes or whatever. Last pack, less than half left. Yeah, I'm waiting for Courtney to get home. She always brings cigarettes home. She also brings food. She is the provider. She deals with the money because I'm a fucking retard, and she's really intelligent and basically does everything from her phone. So she's the accountant. I am the go to work and make the money guy. Plus, whenever I am like in control of the money, I used to be an alcoholic and a drug addict, and you can imagine, what would happen if I was in control of the money and I got the random urge to relapse or whatever. So I let her control the money. I don't give myself the option to spend money. I know it sounds stupid, but it's sort of like a preemptive like way of keeping myself out of trouble. Plus, happy wife, happy life, and all that jazz. You know, she's in control of the money. She knows what we have. She knows, how everything goes. We make decisions together. Like I'm not just like a child doing things. We make decisions together, but sometimes the mother's job is 9 to 5, and the father's job never ends holding fort. Hey, we we kind of work together. We actually, me and her both close tonight, but her store stays open longer than mine, and so she closes at midnight. I close at like 10. So but we basically hot potato the kids around and work together. We kind of just have been doing that for the past 10 years. Actually, I'd say 16 years. We kind of just work together and make the best out of what we have, and what's mine is hers, and what's hers is hers, and we work together, you know, make it. strong family unit. Me and Courtney kind of just everything that we do revolves around our animals, our kids, and us. We kind of just work and mind our own business, and we don't really do much. Kind of keep us to actually have like a laid back mom and pop life. It's actually like heaven to me. Like the idea of living in a city or a beach or area is way too chaotic for me. I'd rather live in the hills of Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania area. It's really nice here. Weather's pretty mild and, nice laid back life. My mother raised me since she was 16. I worked for many years early in my teens and had a lot more. I'm 38, lol, but disabled. Well, then like working, having basically to work at a young age and kind of pull yourself up by your bootstraps and stuff. It's a mentality that kids don't really have today. Sorry you're disabled, and I mean, we all eventually have to, stop and admit that I'm only 33 and I got plenty of life ahead of me and I got, I can try to like work forward. I got a few like disabilities like here and there. I've broken a few parts of my body and I have really loose ligaments to where if I walk the wrong way, I roll my ankles, I have seizures, I have brain damage and I'm autistic, but I have this weird thing, which I think you understand. Get her done is just keep it moving, just keep it rolling. I made more money working, honestly, about 2,000 every 2 weeks, and now I'm 1,800 the first of every month. Uh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm trying to keep it working good for the kids. Me and Courtney are trying to save money for the kids. Basically, we want not only to give them this house, we want to give them money to like deal with it. I don't want to. My parents didn't leave me squat, and my father stole so much money from my grandparents that they had nothing by the time my father was done stealing from them. So I wasn't really passed down any money, and I would like to give something to my kids that I was never able to have. And Courtney's family's pretty nice and well off, and they're kind people, but I want the kids to have something better than I had. I want to give them something good. Yeah, Courtney's family is like really awesome because my family they were kind of the same. They basically said fuck it to everyone else and did everything for themselves and never actually gave to each other. But Courtney's family, they're kind, they're giving, they're charitable, they're all take care of each other, and I like how her family is. It's kind of a good place. That's why I'm glad that we're here. We can raise the kids around like wholesome values and stuff. Away from where I'm from, which is Myrtle Beach, which is basically just people that party, a bunch of rich drunk assholes and drug addicts everywhere essentially. That's where I'm from. And yeah. I'm way happier to have my kids raised here in Ohio than I would having them raised in Myrtle Beach. I mean, the beach is nice. I'm not saying the landscape isn't nice. It's just the people where I'm from were shitty people. That's what it is. I'm glad that we have Courtney's. I'm lucky to have met someone like Courtney and her family. They're good people. It's rare to find genuinely good people that will have anything to do with you, especially if you're a miserable sack of shit like me. So I take my blessings as they come. Try to be the best I can be for Courtney and the kids because, it's not often a piece of crap like me comes across decent people that are willing to work with me. Yeah. Down in the ghetto, my family lived in those areas. Yeah, the I kind of was shifted around a lot because I went from my parents. My mom and dad broke up whenever I was 6, and they got really violent with each other for a while. There, my father threw an ashtray at the back of my head, and I got taken away from him because my mom basically ran off because she didn't want to deal with my dad. And I got taken from him, went to my grandparents, and then my grandparents basically just let us do whatever the fuck we wanted to do as long as we obeyed their house rules and everything. And yeah, it was. I lived in a lot of trailer parks and stuff, hanging out with friends. Because whenever I was like 12 to 16, I was basically never at the house. I was out doing whatever the fuck it is I wanted to do, which was basically being a little drug addict. And it wasn't a good place to be. No, I did not have the best upbringing, I guess. I could have had more structure, I suppose. Stood out like a sore thumb, bright eyed and bushy tailed, getting things done. Nephews are troublemakers, and they in the city huddled around doing. Ah, okay. We what was it? I was 8 years old when I smoked weed for the first time. I was 12 years old when I started taking Xanax and drinking beer. And I was 14 years old whenever I tried cocaine for the first time. My father basically, even though he was taken away from us, kept hanging around my grandparents, and my dad was a drug addict, and he used to sell drugs for a biker gang. I'm not gonna get into that, but he, yeah, most of my upbringing was basically either neglect or excess, neglect and excess, and a little bit of violence from time to time because people get angry about drugs sometimes. 10 bags of mulch, compost bags, and black dirt. You should swear that had a. Those kids between 8 years old and 15. Yep, from 15 to 23, I believe I dabbed in all the stuff, everything but needles. Yeah, I never got into needles or fentanyl either. I got into like taking prescription pills. Like I would just get a whole bunch of prescription pills and just pop them like all day long, and be constipated as fuck and get high on weed and shit. I was pretty fucked up a lot. I am 5 years. It's different. I got off of alcohol 5 years ago, and I got off of pills and everything about like 3 or 4 years ago. So, you know, I got sober in increments. But now all I do is smoke weed and take vitamins and stuff, and I use melatonin to fall asleep and shit. And I need to take like stomach medicine for the rest of my life because I have a stomach problem that I didn't know until I went to the frickin' the people that put the tube down my throat. The camera or whatever. Codeine, Tylenol will definitely constipate you. Oh yeah, I would. What was it? I Most common pill I ever got my hands on, the yellow ones or whatever, and they come with Tylenol. If you take enough of those, you'll fuck up your liver, not only from the opioids but from the Tylenol, and become extremely constipated. The turds from opioid, let's just say opioid turds in general, whether it's methadone, whether it's anything that you're on, it's heavily constipating, and the shits that come out of you are almost like life threatening sometimes. Yeah. But the thing is that like now that I see from all my scars and all the excessive drug use and everything. I have stories to tell now. I can help other people with like their recovery and try to give advice where I can. See, the thing is that nobody that is addicted to drugs wants to hear somebody preach to them about how they need to be off drugs. If somebody wants to get clean, they're gonna get clean. You kind of gotta want to fix yourself because it's not just getting off drugs; it's finding the problem that you have that made you do the drugs and stuff in the first place and all that. That's also a thing. I wouldn't be giving a Chinese lady a handful of tobacco. She gave me grocery bag size of my fist balled up with opium. Uh, Chopped up leaves, stems, and seeds. I've never actually smoked opium. You know, I know that it comes from the bulb of the poppy plant, and it's like the sap from the bulb, essentially, of the poppy plant at a certain season. I'm pretty sure. But, I don't know. I was never actually dealt with, like, heroin or, like, really, like, strong opioid anything. The strongest things I ever did was, like, I would do Roxy 30s, which is basically Oxycontin without Tylenol. And yeah, that was the strongest pills that I would get. But, mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, opium is definitely a deadly substance because it's so addicting to be out of pain. Nobody they get addicted to the euphoria and the need to like do that, and your body no longer creates that. It basically opioids create new receptors for the dopamine that you receive, and it doesn't naturally produce that, so you need the drug to fulfill that dopamine receptor essentially. And the more you do, the higher your tolerance gets, and your brain needs to literally slowly rewire itself to getting sober. Like you can't just cold turkey an opioid addiction without having risk of relapse because you